It's your boy Gauntlet here, and we continue more of Legend Heroes Trails to Daybreak with our said chat. Let's begin. I think this should be, yeah, because this is done. So I'll just do what I did, like before, like do Act 1, then Act 1 A, B, like from there. So there's like, um, then Act 2, which actually is a lot. Act 3 is a fucking a lot. Okay, whatever. Right. Damn.
どんなに逃げたところで過去はまとわりつくものだ。けどそれをちゃんと受け入れた上で前を向き始めた人を侮辱するのがなあちゃんとしては不愉快だよ。ああ、そんな決意を踏みにじる奴を俺たちは決して許さない。ギルド？警察？なあちゃんたちがそんな甘っちょろい連中に任せるとでも？
Damn.
芸道には芸道を、人知れず犯罪者を一人消す方法なんていくらでもある。なんだお前たちは。どうしてあんな連中の味方をする。せっかく目障りな裏解決屋が首都から離れたタイミングを狙ったのに。なるほど、生地情報通だっただけに空港に走ったわけか。確かに今裏解決屋さんは首都にいないよ。その代わりなあちゃんたちがいる。俺たちは裏解決屋代行だ。
5 days earlier, substitute Springan as temporarily. temporarily. Yeah, what do you think? I think some advance notice would be nice. What would we have to do exactly? Just it's just like it sounds. You'll be acting as my proxies. I don't know if I said that right. Chat. It means taking on 4 SPG's requests on Corp up while I'm out of town. This office here would be yours to use as base of operation. And I'll I'll even hook you up with some contacts of mine that you might find handy. Sounds like a pretty good deal, actually. Give me a second, chat. Move myself a bit. There we go. Think of for SPG as a way to get lay hand on the lay lay of the land, making connection and getting intel. Heck, might help you pick up some dirt on whatever you're looking for. That's how I approach it anyway. So what that makes you mean? So that what you meant by substitute spring gun? That's it doesn't it does make sense. Yeah, consider doing the whole part-time assistant thing again. But with how long I'll be gone, this felt like the better option. Plus, with them taking care of the place, you won't have to bother. You guys can handle it just fine, right? We got a lifetime experience to fall back on, so the request themselves won't be a problem. But are you sure you're okay for us to be playing Spriggans gun? I mean, you guys have some specialty style of doing things. To extent, you don't have to take on every for SPG, and once you do, there's no hard and fast rule how to get it done. Those parts will be 100% up to you guys. That said, whatever you up wherever you end up doing, just make sure it's something you can live with. At the end of the day, that's all our style really boils down to, and I always follow it as best I can. I see. Van, well, I'm sold. I'll take you up on your offer. Starting today will be your new substitute Springan. Since you're both still finding your footing in Edith, I'll lead you some support as I can. You got school to worry about. I'll keep it within reason, just enough so it doesn't interfere with my studies. Hey, it's your education. For what it's worth, we appreciate the help. Yeah, you can show us the rope, Angie. Of course, I'll be more happy to. Well, hash things out in more detail tomorrow. In the meantime, there's a free room upstairs. Should be fine for you to crash there a while. The man running the bistro downstairs is the landlord, right? We asked if he's okay with it. Either way, I'll take a days for us to head back to the inn and get our luggage together. Guess that makes us make this the TTFN. See ya tomorrow. And I thought yesterday was busy. There sure have been has been a lot going on lately. Feels like yesterday last year all over again. Yeah, well, personally, I don't miss having to dig my way out of moral pearls every 5 seconds. The only digging I want to do right now is into that creamy cocoa pudding I've been saving. Oh my god, Van and she's sweets, I swear. He pre- he can pretend otherwise, but I know Van would be the first to jump headlong into danger. My pudding, Van? It's gone. Oh, don't tell me this isn't happening. Wait, what's with this note? Thanks for the pudding. It was delish. Oh no, Nida, Nadia. She wasn't messing around. That little sneak actually ate my damn thing. And it was only available for a limited time. Oof. I'm going to miss him while he's away. But at least things won't be spoiling around here.
ようやく追いつきました。あーちゃんお疲れ。ちょうど今犯人を抑えたところだよ。すごい。あっという間でしたね。それにしても。
さっさとミラを出せ。もう返したじゃないか。
分かってないな。慰謝料が足りないよね。
奪ったミラをただ返して終わりなわけがないだろう。早く出した方が身のためだぞ。
右半身を穴だらけにするか。
Oh
左
no.
半身を穴だらけにするか。なあちゃんは優しいから好きな方を選ばせてあげるね。
わかった。出すからもう許してくれ。
この絵面一体
Oof, I know, right? Alright, the client got their mirror back with interest. That's one more request in the bag. Another job well done with you. I know the plan was for me to walk you through Edith and some 4 SPGs, but turns out you never needed it. I suppose there wasn't much point me tagging along. I won't say that all at all. With you around, I only have to make half as many snappy notes at need at Nadia, and that's priceless. So that's what you mean. You help with plenty of things too. It that takes command. We wouldn't have caught him half as fast if we hadn't picked up on him. Sorry about that, Chad. Jesus Christ. Yep, it was a total cakewalk thanks to you, Angie. Really, it makes me feel a bit better. But we can take it from here for today. You still have prep work to do for the festivals, right? Yeah, go get on that. The two of us have this pat down. Well, if you're absolutely sure, I'll come back later tonight, bring you some snacks. You don't have to put yourself out for us. Not that we ever say no for free eats. Anyway, have fun at school. Finally, little Miss Chaperone has left the building. Now I can spend my whole day slacking off. And that differs from any other day how? Well, for one thing, I won't have Angie giving me grief for bumming around. Ever ever consider not bumming around?
てくよ。
So what brings Beauty Blade here? I could understand it if Van's around. Not this has nothing to do with him. I rather I have a request to make for you in particularly. For us? Are you subtract contracting the people? Oh, are you subtracting the way people do with Van? Not quite. Technically, this would be more of a collaborative effort. I would like your assistance with a case I'm working on. Now, I'm more confused. What kind of help can we offer one of the top guild braces? Let me explain. Its orbit network is currently experiencing major delays and interruption. They are quite frank with enough to constitute a major problem just yet. But something similar occurred last year in Basel, and it turned out to be far more severe than instantly assumed. With that in mind, we can't afford to leave this matter be. I'm not too caught up with the incident in Basel, but wasn't Alma the one behind it? Yes, of course. I realize it's unlikely that this is anywhere close to that scale, but it doesn't mean some other criminal isn't employing the similar method. So this is a troubleshooting job. Won't someone else out there to be a better fit for this sort of thing? Heck, there's a famous hacker in Edith who's been in the game since the Orbital Network was born. That girl you're referring to otherwise engaged. In fact, it was she who directed me to you. That explains it. Geez, Rennie, throw us under the bus much? So how about it? This is your 4 SPG to you to your liking. Better reschedules your slacking appointment in media. Fine, whatever. I'm a big girl. I can do stuff when I have to. And hey, we might find a clue about you know what we're looking for along the way. You know what? It's settled then. Our right situation substitute spring gun are on the case. Looking forward to working with you again. Pleasure is all mine. Well, no time to waste. Mind filling us in what's on you know so far? Unfortunately, there isn't much going on yet. A communication bureau representatives did send us a statistical report on the network failures, however. If you don't mind giving me your contact info, I can forward to you in your Zelfia. Sure thing. Yeah, I'm down.
連絡先を交換。合わせてデータを送信したぞ。
Nothing. This number stuck as con conspiracy conspiracy. I don't know how to say that. I didn't see any obvious pattern either. All I can really glance is that the occurrences are into uh, limited to inside the capital. We could probably figure out something out if we had a large sample size. You're not wrong, but these service problems are just infrequent enough to keep us in the dark. Indeed, which give us every reason to believe they're being done deliberately. Yeah, something definitely feels off about this. We just dealt with some orbital network trouble ourselves a little bit ago. You mean in the Mark Chengartan? It, I'll say it least deal with more like dealing with it. Maybe I'm off the mark, but do you think it's related? The Mark Mark Hengard Cartan I've been able to access myself, wherever or not it has any bearing into this case, however, may be difficult to determine. And I quote, don't quote on me on this, but I'll say the probability slim on what base. The Mark Garten got a wide service area with coverage across both Calvard and Allred State, but only the capital is having issue, leaving us with a bunch of peas that doesn't fit. I don't know if anything changed now that the signal's being hijacked, but the Garten origin main server is probably in Ored, where Marduk headquarters is, in which case it wouldn't make sense for it to be affected before Ored. Pretty much, yeah. If you ask me, we're dealing with something totally different here. I see. Your reasoning sounds good. Say we narrow our search down to Edith. What location would you find suspect? Well, going to the data and the delays, the interruption are popping up all willy-nilly. It's almost like someone doesn't want us to dig deeper, so they're randomizing the value to throw us off track. Meaning, what exactly? If location and frequently of those outage are being manual control over the whole city, then we should able to narrow down the source of the interference. Now I get it, there's only many places in Edith that could emit an overall signal that's wrong. That leaves Tyrone Tower as our most likely candidate. And with that, we have our destination. You know, I got a fine feeling that this was all just one big test. But yeah, I guess you're all set now. Happy trails. Hope it goes well. You're not getting off that easily. Aw. How you do exactly as Faye described. Faye told you about us? Oh yeah, I heard she's in it for a while. What did she say? In brief, that you were capable of your age and you are dramatic, never felt to warm her heart. Capable I get, but where the second part came from? Just what kind of impression did we leave on those guys? Don't we? What are you getting off all huffy about? I don't think she meant it in a bad way. It sounds more like she was calling us a perfect fair. You're entitled to your own opinion. Still, it works. You and me, a perfect pair of partners. Guess we have to buckle down and prove her right. That's one impression, not the one I would gone for though. Can't help but be reminded how we were back in the days. Van would always try to worm his out of things, and I'll be the one who's drag him along. Something in your mind? Nothing at all. Now let's over to Tyrone Tower in the third district. Fine. Off we go then. Before we leave, do you remember to bring it right? You mean the Agi gave me? Yeah, I got it. I mean, the Oak Genesis, a device left behind by by Professor Epstein, plus a Sentinel Hollow and the Grandel. Almost sounds like a fairy tale. I wish, but all but they are too real. Now we got one more in the mix. That dark red Grandel. It was so sinister looking, almost like a beast. Maybe you got a long lost brother Van. I seriously doubt it. It's a real threat, that's for sure. My guts keep saying it's something that shouldn't exist, sorry. Yeah, and then there's the way things got all par- paranormal? Para, paranorm, sorry, on me. What do you mean? It's hard to describe, not to mention my memory's a little hazy. Can't say how, but I wager it has something to do with the Genesis. You two, just be careful while you're out there, okay? No promise, but sure. We'll keep our eyes peeled of any ghosties and ghoulies. Hey, I'm being serious here. Nida, swim. You should take this with you. A Genesis? But this was your great grandpa. It's yours to yours to remember him by. Are you sure you're fine leaving it with us? Between my studies and school festival, my schedule is a lot busier than usual. So I'm not sure how often I'll be around to help out. It'll be more it'll be it's more of peace of mind really. But think of this as a good luck charm sort of. You say these things have triggered strange phenomenal before, right? Well, hang on it. Phenomena, sorry. We promise to take care extra good. We promise to take extra care of it. Sorry. Wish I can read better. I want to have one too, Van. We don't know if we'll react without you around, but if it makes you feel better, then why not? It might as well, seeing as the Genesis is still out there somewhere. Don't worry, I put in my Marquet Bear 2 for safekeeping. Maybe now we can run into something paranormal ourselves. I sure hope not. We have a bit time to spare. Is there anything you like to go beforehand? Now you mentioned it. There's any pub there's some new 4 SPG posted. We can just put those off until later though. On the contrary, it's best to take care of them sooner than later. I'll be willing to lend a hand. You would? I thought spring and business was below your A rank brace. Properly aside, I'm involved with involvement will speed up the process. And while I know this isn't the same if Van were here, I would like to take this opportunity to see a spring gun day today myself. Well, if you're sure it's fine, we could use the help. Better yet, we can go solo and get a hands-on look. If you need me, I'll be taking a nap up. Nice try. You're not fun today. And at any rate, I'll leave the particularities of our journey up to you too. Anything urgent we should wrap up by now. So the guild request it can take priority. If there's any room for a few more, that's fine too. All right, let's get cracking. This Thus, addition members were added to the Marken Garden Excursion team. Van is his crew are then connected to the same session to face-to-face meet up in the digital reality.
すげえな。これが仮想空間ってやつか。マジでこの場にいるみてえな。それに精魂の力まで使えるとは。やっぱ MK ってのは言い換えてやがるな。
そうですね。法術を利用した領域展開。それすらもはるかに超えた常識外れの技術。MK 社の情報収集という意味では有意義かもしれません。一度手を組んだだけの我々にここまで手伝わせる図太さはさておいても
相変わらず一言多いっつの。だがまあ了承してくれてこっちも助かるぜ。担当者の姉さんもいいデータが取れそうなんて快く許可してくれたしな。
Look at us teaming up with the Dominions again. Who'd have think? There's nothing. There's not a lot of you, right? Just 12 or something? We only ever got to know two up until now. Yeah, well, we already heard plenty about you. About you. Word is that you're kind enough to turn over some artifacts to us a while back. But not before busting one of them in pieces the last time we last time Crosswell went balls up. This is the first time I'm hearing that. Reserve the right to remain silent. Who's who's that who's that supposed to fool? Enough teasing selves. You had your fun. It's not worth pointing fingers at this stage. We know it was an unavoidable consequence. Anyway, it's a nice to finally put some faces to all the rumors. This probably won't be a long-term thing, it's but hey, good to work with ya. Likewise. Jeez. You have 15? What the hell? Aw. It's only 1 and 2. Oh, fine. That'll be more. There are a 4 SPG on the bulletin board. We receive report a large dangerous monster.
あったな。どれだ。新しい 4SPG。
なあちゃん的には見なかったことにしてもいいと思うな。それじゃ2人ともお手並み拝見ね。笑顔で押し切られてしまったなあちゃんでした。
向かうとしよう。
Let's do the park first. At least it's a boss. Oh shit. Oh.
いい感じね、ラリーさん。
Jeez, overkill. It helps me level up. Oh, evade too, that's helpful. Oh my god, Swim, how the hell you miss? Where is it? Oh, that is far. Oh my god, Eileen, how the F you miss? Seriously. I'm okay. Oh my gosh, Liam! How the fuck miss? I hate when they miss. The worst. I see the boss. Eh, that was easy. How fortunate. Okay, we got that one done. That was the easy one right there. Alright, we can go back. Wait. Oh yeah, I can fast travel. Ah. Yeah. There's no map, is there? Ah. There is, but freaking, you can't even teleport at all. And the long walk chat, just the annoying part. Alright, we finished this. Thank God. Eddie works at one of those chestnut store I ran, but he's been few days now since he showed up, and considering his past with Dicer, I worry he might have some run-ins with a few gangsters. Would you mind looking into what happened to me? If you need more info to work off, I'll be at the terrace in front of the station. Are you Thomas that sent in the egg request? Yes, I take it means you're the Springan, correct? You're a bit different from what I imagined. Well, the guys who usually takes this job have to leave it for a bit, so we're helping him out to take by taking on the request ourselves. We fully equipped to take care of things as well as we're any Springan would. We also been made aware of what's of going on behind the scene in the capital. You can rely on us. I see. In that case, I feel like I've seen that woman before. Maybe it's just my imagination. Shall we get down to it then? Of course, whenever you're ready. Your request was about someone named Eddie going missing, right? That's right. I'll go ahead and give you the full rundown. You see, I run several food stands throughout the capital. Eddie started working a stand selling roast nuts at the end of the year. Eddie, that's a name from Vance. No, the son of the general store owner in Old Town. He used to be a member of a gang named Dicer. I'll be right back, chat. I gotta use the restroom. Give me a second. I really hate doing side quests. Is that your way to put out it for SPG instead of going to the guild or the police? That's right, I'm telling you, Eddie, turn over a new leaf. He's a real hard worker. I can't believe he'll just end up. I can't believe he'll just that he'll up and leave without saying a word to anyone. So you think you can find what happened to him? What do you think? What should we do, S? Chaos. I love chaos. All right, we'll leave it to us. I certainly have no objection. Not to mention, if there's any possibility he's in danger, it's my duty to help. I appreciate it. Please find whatever you can about what happened to Eddie. I like to I like to lend you all a hand, but all I have to get but I have to get back to work after this. If you find anything in any means, please feel free to contact me. Okay, we'll do our best. Alright then, I'll be waiting some good news. Or bad, right chat? Good news or bad news? Die, sir. According to Van, several of their members were brutally killed a couple days ago. Now a former member is gone missing? That's certainly possible that these events are connected. We shouldn't jump to any conclusion at this stage. Let's take things slowly. We should start talking to the people in Van's network who might know Eddie. We know Eddie. We know. Well, we know Eddie's mom is, don't we? Yeah. Let's get to it then. To Newberry General Store. How many have? 87. Hello, are you Brenda? Yes, I am. And I'm assuming you're the substitute spring and filling in for Van. He mentioned you might stop by while he's gone. Sounds like he laid the groundwork first then. What a nice guy. Well, he may have a tendency to act aloof at times, but you can always count on him to take care of his own. Particular aspect of his hasn't changed a bit. He mentioned as you as well, Eileen. You're here to watch over them in his stead, right? My, someone like you helping Van out. I guess he really has moved up in the world. That aside, we actually came here to ask you something. It's about your son Eddie. Eddie, has something happened to him? I thought we finally getting. I thought he was finally getting his back, life on track. I mean, he's been coming by so often lately, but then he just stopped. Nobody spoke to, has seen or heard from him either. I'm starting to worry. Well, there isn't need to jump to conclusion yet. Although it's a bit concerning that he hasn't been home recently. Eddie hasn't showed up to work either. His boss at the food stand want us to check on him. That's why we came to you. We're hoping he might told you where he was headed. That boy causing trouble for his boss too. I'm not sure it's help. I'm not sure how helpful this will be, but when I last saw him, he seemed a little anxious. He told me he wasn't going to be back for a while. I figured he meant he was going to be busy with work. I have a feeling he's getting himself wrapped into trouble with that old gang of his. After all, they were pretty angry about him leaving. I'm worried they might still hold a grudge against him. I understand your concern, but I think that's the chance of are pretty low. Most of Dicer higher ups are dead or wounded, and their leader is in custody. As an organized gang, they're practically finished. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt they have the manpower to go after everyone who left. Really? But that doesn't explain where Eddie's gone. Listen, if you have time, I genuinely appreciate you keep an eye out for him. I need to make sure that idiot of Saruman is safe. We leave it to us. We'll do everything we can to find him. Now, we know he hasn't been home either. Couple the the facts he didn't tell his mom anything useful. Right we right back where we started. The black light district's probably going to be the best bet then. Considering the people involved, I mean. Actually, I suggest we seek out more reliable source. I really Van in mentioned wanting to introduce you if you are apparently present itself. Using her Zelvia, Aline called up this particular reliable source. Hello there, you must be Van's newest little assistant. My name is Bar Multi, and I'm a bartender. However, I am known for my intimate relationship with Van. Oof, is that so? Oh, I'd love to hear any story you have. Although I understand the hesitation you may have about him, he's one of the best information dealers out there. Both Van and I make a great use of him. With that, let's get back to business. Baramoti, there's something we'd like to ask you. Anything for you, Eileen? Based on the time, I sure like to know what about the happen around surrounding the Dicer. Sounds like you know exactly what's going on then. Of course I do. The past few days, the remaining members have been disappearing one after the other. It would seem the gang have finally declared a hunting season. Some of their members have faced capture already, although some might have gone into hiding. Hunting season, Dicer was an organization with cunning leadership, and that leadership always makes sure that the top of the underworld to see their ambition fulfilled, however, made the choice of trample upon a number of other gangs surprisingly discreated enemies. Enemies who are perfectly opportunity to enhance revenge on their past tormentors. Now that dice are down on its luck, is it that is that the gist of it? Bingo! The situation has been escalating at a rapid pace lately. Most of these hunters aren't even attempting to hide who they're targeting anymore. Actually, it seemed the, that one group was recently acting up in central Mark Hay. That might be a good place to start. Right, I appreciate the intel. We'll head over now. There's no need for things. After all, you're the only the best for my dearest Vanilline. Swim, Nadia, darling, feel free to use little old me to your advantage in the future. If you ever need a pinch, give me a ring. Of course, we appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Barry. Oh, my, now that's a new one. I'll be looking forward to chit chatting with you in the future, Nadia. Well, let's look. Our next generation is set. We'll look. Well, we'll we'll look into the gangs we're doing at the Mark Hay and if see see if we can get some information in Eddie. Yes, we don't know for certain if he's the target of this hunting season, but you have admit the time is a little coincident. No way it's not related. Don't have any leads at the moment either. Let's find some familiar with the Mark Hay and see if they know anything. Okay, chat. Where the fuck is the map here? Oh, there we go. Okay, chat. I'm gonna stop my playthrough for now. I hate side quests. Side quest is the worst for me. I'll do the side quest when I come back on Tuesday. Yeah, and tomorrow will be more of let's go again. Mio Orbit in Orbits. Memories on Orbit, sorry. With that, Gauntlet signing out, and before that, February 21st, chat, 3 p.m. Don't miss my debut. I will be debuting my new model, this model. With that said, Gauntlet signing out, and happy gaming, everyone. Bye for now. See ya.